Good morning. Another nice, beautiful, snowy day. I swear. Any of you see that series? I think it was a movie too. I haven't seen the movie, but I watched the series Snowpiercer. Yeah, it's like that. Anyway, I hope we catch the train. It was a good series. I enjoyed it. I forget who the star was, but yeah, I liked it. So anyway, this morning I am trying to drink some Ticino, and it's so good. So cheers. And this is Snickerdoodle flavor. I get it on Amazon. They have all kinds of flavors. They have different kinds of coffee. It's a coffee alternative. And I actually almost like it better than coffee. But it's pricey. It's like $14 and something for, a bag. But I do like a drip coffee. But you can do it all different ways. You can put it in your Keurig if you have one of those, what do you call it? The cups where you can refill it. You can do it in your Keurig. You can do it as a drip. You can do it in your French press. And it's like granules, so it doesn't melt. It's like a coffee type grind. But it's really, really good. So I got this book in the mail yesterday. I haven't read it yet, but I follow this Veggie Peterson on YouTube, and she has a hiatal hernia clinic. I think it's out in California because it's like a progressive thing, and everything progressive is like in California. So, and this is the name of the book, Hiatal Hernia Syndrome. So I need to read it now, but it says if you have many symptoms, one cause. Acid reflux, bloating, check. Anxiety, no, not unless I have like heart palpitations. That will give me anxiety, but heart palpitations is a sign. Panic attacks, I don't have those. Fatigue, definitely. Heartburn, big time. Insomnia, only when my hernia acts up. Constipation, that happens. And shortness of breath, that happens too. And that can cause anxiety and panic attacks too. So, I'm going to read this book. And it also has, at the back of the book, about a third of this book has recipes. And most of the recipes are vegetarian or vegan, but you can always add meat if that's your thing. So, but I like that, I don't have to bother just making it that way. And it's got desserts and main meals, and I was thinking about finding a easily digestible soup recipe with vegetables that I can start off with, that I can make and just eat every day for lunch. I usually don't eat lunch. I have brunch and dinner, but I think I'm going to have to change my eating habits to 3 times a day. So, but because I can't eat big meals, so it's going to have to be 3 smaller meals. So I'm going to give that a try, see if it helps. Oh, there he goes again. I'll be back. While we're at it, let's just take a look outside. Oh, look at all that snow. Look at all that snow. There they go. And it just keeps on coming. Yeah, this looks so much different in the summertime and spring. I have my fountain right there. And this all has flowers. This is full of flowers. I make it look like a tropical oasis. But the poor birds, they're trying to start building their nests. That's crazy. But, yep, just keeps on coming. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, it's an episode of Snowpiercer out there. So, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I've got stomach issues. So, but I don't want to make my channel all about stomach issues. So, but I do want to share, because I know many people have the same issue. One degree to another, you know, some mild forms, some more severe. Well, I'm more towards that end of the spectrum. So if I find something that is working for me, I'm definitely going to share it with you. So I'm looking forward to reading this book. I mean, I know pretty much the physiology and all that of it, but I want to see what I can do about it. And there are exercises that you can also do. Yoga, there's certain yoga poses that'll help. Tai Chi, that will help. So those are a couple things I want to try. And I don't know, we'll see. So I'm still trying different things. But anyway, I've been on staycation all week, and it's felt really good. So I may do one more day, or I may do it till Monday. I'm thinking that sounds good. So just staying home and resting, that's what my staycation is. So, I mean, I've been doing little things, and I'm good with that. So I've done a lot of things in the past to get me to the point now where here in my downstairs it's pretty well organized. So I can take a few days. So I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the house done. I mean, I'm one that does continuous rotating of purging and organizing. Probably once a year I do each room of my house, and I just keep going round and round. And as I get older, I get rid of things that no longer serve my purpose. So that's the way I do it. It's not just one big dump and done. Because there's certain things that when I do go around and look for things to purge, that I'm not quite ready to let go of, because I still use them, even if it's not a lot. I still use them once in a while. And every time I purge things and go through a room, I find things that I forgot I had, and so then I start using them again. So that's the way that has been working for me. And I'm no longer gathering a lot of things. I mean, I redid my living room a little bit, and of course the downstairs bathroom had to be done because of the water leak. So, but I'm no longer gathering a lot of decor and towels and sheets and blankets and all that. I have plenty of that stuff, so I'm no longer gathering things. I do buy things. I buy things I need. Sometimes there's things that I want. So, but before I retired, I went on a spree and bought everything that I thought I would need during retirement that I couldn't afford after I retired because of my low income. So I did that before I retired, and I'm glad I did. Now, there's some things that, you know, it was like, oh, I shouldn't have bought that. It was kind of a waste of money. But all in all, not too much. You know, most of the things that I bought, I have found to be useful. And so, but now I don't need to do that anymore. Now, last year, I did buy things like a generator, and I bought a solar generator in case of power outages, because oh my gosh, if the power went out now, so many people would be screwed. It would be very dangerous. And I also bought extra propane tanks. I bought heaters to use with the propane tanks. I bought some things for that I might need to cook with. So I have all that, and I bought that stuff within the last couple years, but I don't need anything else. I'm good to go now. If I bought anything else, it might be one more propane tank. I have 4. They're the, what are they, 20 gallon? I don't know, they're the ones that you use in your barbecue grill. So I have 4 of those. I might get one more because the generator I bought can also run on propane. So, and that is like an outdoor generator. It's one that could pretty much run a lot of the things in the house. So like my freezers, my kitchen freezer, and I have one in the garage. And I don't have to worry about that stuff in the summer. So I might get one more propane tank. I'm not sure. But so far, knock on wood, the power has held. And I think we're going to be warming up a little bit next week. And by warming up, I say, you know, in the 30s. Not exactly a heat wave. So February has been awful, I think, pretty much across the country, at least in the eastern part of the country. So, yeah, I'll be glad to say goodbye to this winter, that's for sure. So, all right, well, I'll be back in a little bit and we'll chat a little more. All right, back at the budget book. Well, yesterday I didn't spend any money. I'm probably going to spend a little bit of money today. I need to get some little light bulbs for some of my wax melters, and they're like $6-7 for 6 of them on Amazon. So I think I'm going to go ahead and order some of those. But nothing much. And I still have a bunch of things in my Amazon cart that are just sitting there. So I need to go through the cart too and see what I don't really want anymore, because that stuff has been sitting in there for quite a while. So I've managed to live without it up till now, but if it's something that I still want, I'll figure out a way to get it if need be. So, yeah, I'm still not going out. No way am I going out shopping. It's just still too nasty out there. So, my car has, you know, like inches and inches of snow on it. And that's okay. I just, I'm not going out. I think the roads are okay because the snow that's been coming down has been sort of steady, but not real, like not a blizzard. So the plows and stuff have been keeping up with the roads. But it's still very cold and I still don't want to go out. And I'm just staycationing here at home. And actually it felt really good this week. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that again at least once each season. And maybe in between. So anyway, that's my financial situation. I have to pay for my faucet and cabinet for the basement. That's like $600. So I have to get that paid for. And then I have to start putting money back into my savings account, my emergency fund. I don't do the, you know, I have this much for groceries and I have this much for utilities. I just have my savings in one big thing. Now, the only thing that I do have extra is my Christmas fund, and I try to put $100 a month in that. I haven't done that yet this month because of other expenses, like the bathroom that needed to be fixed. But I do want to get that and keep that up, because that was so much less stress this past Christmas. It was great. And I also can take out money for birthdays and things. So, yeah, that was really great. So hopefully my expenses after I get the deck done will slow down a little bit. At least that's what I'm hoping and praying for. And then maybe I'll even stick a little bit more, an extra $25 or so into that fund every month. But that's not going to happen until probably at least the second part of the year. I do want to get my cabinet and faucet and stuff paid off first. So I try to keep my finances as simple as possible. You know, I don't have a spreadsheet on the computer. I used to, and that worked fine. I set one up where if I spent something, that it would automatically deduct it from wherever it needed to be deducted. But then my one computer crashed, and I had to get a new computer, and I just couldn't transfer the files over for some reason. I don't even remember why. But I do everything on paper now, and I was much more focused on the budget when I was paying off debt. So it took me about 4 years to do that. That included my car that I bought. It included a lot of other things. And I got it paid off. I think initially when I started off, it was like $13,000. That included the car. So, you know, don't go, oh my God. But I got it all paid down in 4 years. So now I have a different approach to the budget. I just keep an eye on how much I'm spending and cutting back on the spending and trying not to rack up a lot of credit card debt. So that's my strategy now. And even with the groceries, I don't have a set amount that I want to spend for groceries. I have some times where I don't spend anything. I have times where I spend more. So that way I pretty much can buy most things that I want to eat. But now with all my restrictions in my diet, until I figure out what's what, it's going to take a while until I get used to that. So, but I still have plenty of food in the pantry and the freezer. I don't need to stock up anymore. I have everything that I need. So most of the things that I buy now are things that I'll eat sooner rather than later. And that's been working out great. So having a plan when you have a lot of debt or even some debt, having a plan of how you're going to progress out of the debt without adding to it is probably a good way to go. That's how I did it. Like I said, it took me 4 years. And that wasn't, you know, I never bought anything. It wasn't super strict, but I worked on just paying everything off. So, okay, well, that's it for my budget book chat for today. All right, I am going to make myself a little pot of soup, enough for maybe 3 servings. So this is things that I pulled out of the freezer. The only thing that I bought recently was the spinach. So I have spinach, I have some frozen kale, some frozen sweet onion, carrots, peas and carrots. I have these hash browns that I want to use up. I have this soup seasoning. They're little granules. I got this at my local Asian store. There's no chicken in it. It's chicken flavored, and I really like this stuff. And then I have some Veggie seasoning that I bought down in Amish country a long time ago. So, and it's a big bottle. So that's a great seasoning for soup. If you don't have that, you can use soy sauce. It's similar flavoring. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this in with like maybe 4 cups of water, and I'm going to make a delicious soup. All right, well, here in the pan I have about 4 cups of water, and I have about 1.5 tablespoons of the chicken soup base, not chicken, pretend chicken. I'm also going to add a little bit of this Tuscan seasoning that I've had forever. So I'm trying to use up things that I have, and this is rosemary and sun-dried tomato. So I'm going to add, about 1 teaspoon, maybe heaping teaspoon of that. That would be good in a soup. And I'm going to add some of the sweet onion. I've been doing that lately if my onions are, I'm not using them up fast enough. I'm cutting back on the onions. I don't know if they bother me or not, but I'm going to try it and see how it goes. So I'll put half of that in there, and then I'm also going to put in some peas and carrots. And this is about half a bag, but I'm only going to put in about, 1/4 of a bag. Because I don't want to make a stew here. I want to make a soup. So, alright, and then I'm going to, they sent me these hash browns instead of the potato crowns from Mark's at one point. So I'd like to use these up, and I like potatoes in my soup. So put in however many you want. I don't know, that's about half a cup, I guess. And then I also try to use those up. And I do make these for breakfast sometimes. But I have this kale from the garden, so I'm going to add, about 1/3 of that. This kale is very good for you. It's got actually protein in it, and it has vitamin C. I know some people don't like kale. If you don't like it, leave it out. It's your soup. And then I'm going to also toss in a few of these carrots that I just put in the freezer because I didn't want them to go bad. So I'll put in a few of those. So I'm doing 2 things here. I'm making a soup, and I'm also cleaning out my freezer. So, and I want to find a soup that I can easily digest. So we'll see how this works. I don't know with the onions if that's going to work out. Then I'm going to put a nice handful of spinach in there. But I do want to chop that up a little bit. And unless I'm putting it on a sandwich, I don't really like big chunks of spinach. I like it better when it's cut up. So, yeah, this is a good activity for a day like today. And I'm going to cut the stems up too and stick those in there. And, put in any other herbs and spices that you like. Soup is great for that. If you have leftover veggies, just make a soup. Right. And then I also have some chickpeas and corn in the refrigerator that I want to put in here. So let me get that. And this is canned corn that I had with another meal. I hope it's still good. Let's see. Sniff. Little taste. Yep, still good. So I'm going to use that up, but I'm only going to use half. And then I have these chickpeas. Those were canned too. I'm going to put all those in. And there we go. A nice soup. And then you can add pasta or rice, whatever you like. I'm also going to put in a little bit of this Veggie seasoning and get it open. Oh dear. I need my handy dandy garden gloves. I'll be right back. Okay, that works great every time. I get some garden gloves from Dollar Tree, the kind with the grip pad, and I use them to open up jars and cans. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this, just eyeball it. It's actually to taste. Alright, now I'm going to cook this until the carrots are done. And that'll be a quick and easy soup. So let me taste the broth here real quick. Oh, very good. I'm also going to add a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. Not too much, because when you have problems with your esophagus and stuff, you don't want too much pepper. So, alright, I'm going to cook this, I don't know, probably about 20 minutes. And I'll have lunch for probably at least 3 days. Easy peasy. Alright, here is today's lunch. My vegetable soup. I added some egg noodles and a piece of toast. It was like one of those dried toast things that with herbs that I got from Aldi's. Very good. And I added a little Parmesan cheese. So that'll be my lunch for a couple days. And I think that will be good, and I hope I can digest this. Fingers crossed. Well, I have this huge container of spinach, and I know I'll never eat all that before it goes bad. It's from Walmart, $4.98, and it's in still really good shape. The expiration date is February 23rd, but you know, once you open these, they go bad very quickly. So I'm going to take these just plain old sandwich bags, and I'm going to fill them up and stick them in the freezer, and that way I'll have, oh, that'll be about a cup of spinach, I guess. That way I'll have spinach frozen, and it won't go to waste, and I can use it for smoothies or just have it as creamed spinach. I can take out one or two. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just trying to save some money on food, because pretty much if I want something else, food is the only place that I can save money on. The rest of it goes to bills and, you know, heating, all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. And these guys love spinach. They've already had a couple handfuls. So that's about a cup. You don't have to be real precise about it. Just grab a handful. And then what you can do, so you don't get a lot of freezer burn, you can put the little bags in a bigger bag so that's kind of double bag, because these are not freezer bags. These are just real lightweight. So, and then also what I'm going to do is just try and squeeze as much of the air out of this as I can. So it's a little flatter. There you go. So, and you can also do this if you have a sealer. I have a sealer, but I don't feel like dragging it out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the spinach. And I'll leave some of it out for a salad. I won't freeze all of it, but most of it I will. So just another idea maybe to save yourself some money. If your veggies are going bad, just stick them in the freezer. I've done it with carrots, I've done it with kale, and you know, I don't blanch it or anything. It may not look beautiful, but it's okay for smoothies and soup. All right, my friends, I'm back in my favorite chair. I'm going to read that book for a little bit. Lunch was great. So just making some simple meals, a little bit cook ahead. That way I don't have to eat junk food because I'm hungry, and I just have something ready in the refrigerator. So in the future I plan on making some freezer meals, but first I have to empty stuff out of the freezer, so I'm still cooking down the freezer. It's been going on for quite a while. And I do buy other things, but I haven't really stocked up my freezer. You know, I buy things, and the packaging they come in is usually too much for one person, so a lot of that you have to cook and then refreeze, but or just takes a little bit out of the package and it takes forever to use it up. So I wish they made smaller portions of freezer food for people like me that are single, but they don't, so I have to kind of do my own thing. And if you want, you can always get a big bag and then, you know, divide it up and make your own little freezer portions, whatever. But in the future, I want to cook some meals and have those ready in the freezer. I've done that before, but, you know, you can't do a marathon cooking spree if you don't have room in the freezer. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.